Hi everyone, this is just a short video to walk you through how to get started on the major 2-5-1 drills. So we're going to start with this pattern, which does involve a bar chord, but I don't want you to freak out if you're not yet feeling strong about playing bar chords. You can actually put one finger on each string and play this pattern this way if you absolutely must. But I encourage you, in parallel to practicing these 2-5-1s, to start trying to get familiar with playing bar chords because it's really going to serve you well in the future. The trick with bar chords is you want to make sure that you're not pinching the fingerboard. You want your thumb to be relaxed at the back. In fact, it's a great practice to try to play the bar chord without actually using your thumb. One of the wonderful tricks Sarah Mizell taught me is to use your ukulele to create some leverage. So in other words, think of your ukulele almost like a seesaw where you are holding the instrument with your forearm against your body and kind of try to practice rocking it back and forth a little bit like this, so that you can actually see that if you put some pressure with your forearm, you can tilt the ukulele outwards that way. And now use the strength in your full arm here with a straight wrist, and my finger is really just shaped like this. Use that leverage to pull the ukulele back towards your body. And by creating that tension, I can actually achieve a lot of strength in my finger. And I'm not using my hand strength, I'm using the strength that's in my arm to do this. And now have a look at this. Hear what it sounds like. Not bad, right? And I'm doing that without using my thumb. Now I can also add the thumb for a little bit extra leverage and get a nice clean sound that way. And my thumb is actually kind of further up the neck, pointing up that way, so that I'm not pinching. I'm just basically trying to create a situation so that my wrist is straight and comfortable and I'm not creating pain in my hand. So we're going to play D minor 7, like that. Or with the 4 fingers down if you want to do it that way. And now I'm just going to scoot my index finger back to make the G9 shape. And I'm going to move this whole pattern forward. So my index is now at the 5th fret and the rest of my fingers are at 7, 7, 7. And in order to hear the root movement, remember we're playing a D chord. Da, da, da. So what I'm doing here is I'm barring at the D minor 7, ba. And for the G9 chord, which remember the root, if you play G7, the root is here where my index finger is, just to remind yourself what that root is. And of course when you play the G9, you're covering up the root and replacing it with an A. And here I can use all my fingers to make that shape, or I can do a double bar. So I'm barring at C sharp minor 7 as if I were playing that, and then I'm creating a second bar with my middle finger here. And not everybody's fingers can do this, and if your fingers can't, don't worry about it, but definitely make sure your wrist is not sticking forward out, because you will never achieve this bar if you try to do it like this. All right, that's another reason for keeping your wrist super straight and relaxed, is that it allows you to create a right angle with your fingers, and that's something that most of us can do with our fingers. It's only if you try to bend this joint by more than by a tighter angle than 90 degrees that you run into problems. But everybody can do most people can do a 90-degree shape with their fingers. Okay, so this is how I'm achieving that G9 shape. And then I can either make this shape to do my my C major 7 shape, or I can use all my fingers. And of course you always have the option of playing a C6 chord instead. Alright? We lived our little drama, we kissed in a field of white,
and stars fell on Alabama last night.